Hey, what's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Yo, what's good? Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Mac Jew. Y'all just tuned in to Conversations with the Congregation. I lost my voice a couple of days ago, so y'all got to bear with me. I'm going to try to do as much talking as I can, and we're going to have a good show. Today, I have a very special guest on the show. I'm sure that probably half of Facebook knows who this person is because she's probably photoshopped you at some point. She's probably made you mad at some point. If you were in the group called Petty by Nature, you were definitely a target with this person. Without further ado, we have Kiki Ramsey in the building today. What's up, Kiki?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I ain't like the introduction though, because like, why you have to make it sound like I targeted people? Like we starting off wrong already.
Because you did.
No, I didn't.
You did. You targeted me. I was a target.
Was you?
Yeah.
And you ain't do nothing for it. You ain't do nothing.
I didn't do nothing for it. And do you got that? Do you got that picture?
Which one?
You know what picture I'm talking about? The two snaps with me and
Zuri.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. You know, I got that one.
We're going to post that picture because I want y'all to see this picture. This is, I'm such a good sport,
You got to be.
But I wasn't upset, but I was like, what the, it was like one of those things where it was so funny where you couldn't get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember what provoked it though, right?
I don't.
Okay.
Tell me.
All right. So Zuri had went live for whatever reason, and he was on some type of rant. And he brought you in on the live, and y'all just start ranting about women. And I don't know what was going on, but y'all had that back and forth banter about women, what they do, don't do, and all that stuff. So to me, it looked like in my head, because like I said, when I Photoshop stuff, I see it before I make it, obviously. So I had to put y'all as the men on film type characters, because that's what I saw. Living Color, men on film, hated it, and I made them into that Photoshop, and it was absolutely hilarious because that's what two men venting about women look like to me.
Yeah, she. So if you're familiar with In Living Color, Damon Wayans and Tommy Davidson, those are two, right?
David Allen Greer.
David Allen Greer.
Yeah.
They played these two characters, and they had like the little bow ties in their head.
Yeah.
And they were, a little sugary. And, they used to do this thing with the little two snaps and a rewind or something like that. And she photoshopped me and Zuri in that picture. And it was, when I tell you, that picture, like, we went viral before we even knew what viral was at the time. So she's like the creator of this group called Petty by Nature.
Yes, and it had to be done. Which
she's petty by nature. And I'm going to let you explain, before we even get into you, I'm going to let you explain about this group so they can know where we're going when we go there.
Well, you have to understand the history of Petty by Nature. Even before I got to that point, I was in other groups, just like anybody else. I was just a member, just trying to comment and just trying to, be a part of the congregation. But every group that I was in, I got kicked out for being too petty, or, the admins didn't like me for whatever reason. Like you said, I could come for anybody. I don't care if you're the admin, a moderator. I don't care what you are, the creator. I'm going to come for you if I feel a certain kind of way. So I kept getting kicked out of groups after groups. So then I got added to Nostalgic, and I was in Nostalgic, and I was actually one of the top contributors to Nostalgic, showing up to the events, always, commenting and having the post that's what made me stand out, because, being petty. Mm-hmm. So then me and one of the admins got into it one time, and he kicked me out of Nostalgic. So at that point, everybody was upset. Like, why would you kick Kiki out? Kiki's the one that, she keeps the group going and da-da-da-da. So everybody was mad. And I was like, at first, I was just going to, accept being kicked out and just move on. But I was like, I'm going to create my own group, because I'm tired of being kicked out of everybody's group for just being me. And that's what it boiled down to. So then me and Dre was like, I'm just going to create my own group. And Dre was like, hey, as soon as you create it, let me know. So I was like, all right. So Dre did the logo, and I was like, let's just call it PBN, Petty by Nature, so we could just go be whatever we want. This is a time when Facebook allowed us the freedom of speech to say what we wanted to do, what we want. So that's why it was created, and it grew to 14,000 people just based off of, like you said, just before you knew what viral was or popular. It was just bigger than what I initiated. I didn't create the group to be as big as it was. I created the group so I couldn't get kicked out of it. So I didn't realize what it was at the time, and I actually kind of regret not doing more with it at the time. But that's literally why PBN was created, is so I wouldn't get kicked out of nobody else's group, because it was mine.
So once you figured out that it was that big though, it got really big. Like when I started seeing people from other cities and states, in the group, and then I started seeing people try to recreate the group. I was like, oh, this is big. This is not a little bitty little Las Vegas group no more.
Right.
This thing took off. When you seen it at that point, what did you think?
It was just above me. It was literally, once it got to a certain point, it was literally above me. And at that point, my motivation was just to keep it exciting, keep it entertaining, keep it what it was, the original concept that I had for it. And again, it was just one of those things where you birth something, and then it just flourishes and takes on a mind of its own. So it was dope just to to see it go up and see people hit me from other places, and I would get inbox from people, like you said, strangers and stuff, and they sending me birth certificates and they sending me records and stuff, because they all the stuff that would happen in the group, to where they wanted me to I don't know, it's like they wanted the creator to know the true story behind whatever, because I didn't ask for anything, but it was like you said, it was definitely something at the time that I didn't realize what I had. And like I said, if I wasn't just so in a rebellious state of mind, I'm not getting kicked out of nowhere, I would have done more with it from the visionary point of I could do so much more with this group, and I just didn't. It
definitely was a thing. How did you learn how to Photoshop like that? I've seen Photoshops, right? And then I've seen your Photoshops, and I'm like, how? You put my face so perfectly in that character. If you didn't know me, you would have thought that was me.
That's I did.
You did that to a lot of people. And then the group is still floating around, but it's not active like that. Yeah. But not too long ago, maybe some months ago, you started posting all the famous memes that you had made from that group. And I was just in tears, this damn girl is crazy.
Well, yeah, Photoshopping is, like I said, it's just the app that I had on my phone. And that's why I used to tell people, I'm like, this is just an app on my phone. Could you imagine if I was really sitting behind a computer keyboard, really Photoshop? I could, what I'm saying? So this is just a simple app on my phone. It was just a cut and paste type thing. So it was just a matter of, matching skin tone if you could, matching face angles and stuff like that. So, it was really quite simple. I used to send everybody the app, because I'm I was keeping it to myself, but it's not hard to Photoshop
because
anybody.
I remember when I needed somebody Photoshop, I sent you the pictures. So you can do it, because I'm I tried it, and I'm I can't do it. I'm gonna go ahead and send it to her and let her do it. This is when
I do it for you?
You actually I made it. You put me in petty mode at some point.
Everybody.
And I was like, this ain't even me. I gotta get up out of this group, because I'm in here talking about people, and I don't do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but it was just it was a fun time. And if y'all was around in Petty by Nature, y'all already know the shenanigans that's going on. But let's tap into you though. Let's tell the people who you are, what you do, where you come from. I got a question.
Okay.
What the hell is your real name?
Yakima.
Yakima. Never knew that. I know it now. Now I'm gonna tuck that in case you want to get petty with me at some point. I'm gonna try to do something with that. No, but yeah, let's just tap into who you are, where you from, what you do. You got some very special talents besides being petty. So this is your time to plug yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm originally from Chicago. We left and came to Vegas in '86 when Vegas was really a whole different place than it is now. But we had left. My mom was tired of the violence in Chicago. She's tired of the weather and just just uprooted her kids and said, she wanted to change. She had came to Vegas a couple times on vacation. She was like, I'm ready. So we came out when I was about 6 years old. So pretty much, I like to say that I'm born and raised in Vegas because I'm so Vegas. Like when I go back home, I'm a white girl out there. Like, like I'm black in Vegas, but in Chicago, the West, because we from the West Side. Like when I go back and visit family, like the way I talk and my mannerisms, my family be like, you are so white. Yeah. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like I'm just so Vegas. Vegas is I live, breathe, and everything Vegas. And
that's what's up.
So yeah, I went to school out here, El Dorado High. Started modeling and stuff like that when I was 16, and I did a whole bunch of different gigs off and on and stuff like that. And then I used to do comedy shows out here. I actually used to have a comedy show that I ran called Ladies of Laughter, LOL, and we used to bring comics from different places just to put them in Vegas in a different arena to where they could be able to showcase their talents and stuff. And I had a comedy show that I did, and I had a promo team, and we would I had like 11 girls, and after the comedy show, like we'd wear our logos and stuff, but we would do the little hustles, the hustles that's big in Detroit and stuff like that. We would do the little hustles and stuff like that, interact with the audience and stuff like that, and it was really dope. And then after that, I went into travel, and then now I'm just a hairstylist. Been self-employed as a hairstylist for 5 years, and here we are.
That's what's up. I had no clue you did comedy.
Yeah,
but now
it makes sense.
Everything ties in now that you did comedy and you were in that light, because I had no clue. I just thought like this girl just woke up one day and decided to just choose violence.
No.
Before we started choosing violence on social media, like you were already choosing violence. I was like, she's making everybody mad.
No.
This is hilarious.
And it's not even choosing violence. Just like people say, they automatically say, oh, she's miserable. Oh, she's, if you're petty, she just has no life, or she's a bully, or she's this and that, or, what type of home did she come from and stuff. And I always tell people, like, it didn't start with me. Like, it started with my grandma and my aunts and uncles, and they would tell stories, and we, just the whole family. And my grandma would be so serious, and we'd be on the ground laughing, just hearing the stories and stuff. So, like, it didn't start with me. And I just come from a family that we just had tough skin, and we all talked about each other, and we all roasted each other, and you just you let it roll off, because at the end of the day, good, bad, rich, or poor, people are going to talk. So you might as well just be who you want to be. And I think we are in a society where people are trying to be what they think people want them to be. And they're trying to keep up a facade or an image or whatever like that for content purposes and for just to be seen and validated and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people don't like me because I stand in who I am. No matter who, no matter what, you like me or love me or whatever, you're still watching. And I like the fact that with Muhammad Ali, people hated him, but they didn't go to his fights to see him win. They was hoping that he'd lose, but at the end of the way, he's making money because either way, you're showing up. So it's the same thing for me. Like, people who hate me and they despise me, but they watch me. They watch and I get paid for it. So it's like, I love being a villain. Y'all could, call it what you want, but I love being a villain because my favorite part of Scarface is when he's walking out the restaurant, he was like, you need people like me, so you can point your finger and say, look, there goes the bad guy. Like, that's me. Yeah. Like, what I'm saying? So regardless of how people feel about me, if they love me, they hate me, either way they watching, and either way, what I'm saying, it's,
So you say you come from a family of jokesters and comedians and stuff like that. Now, is there anybody in your family that you, like, at some point you were like, you know what, I really got to have my shit together if I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this person? Like, was there, like, somebody that you think that was more petty than you and your family, or more funny, or...
I mean, like I said, my grandma was the one that would start it, but it's like me and let's like say they would just tell stories about our family and stuff like that and just be funny. Like I said, I crafted being petty, I guess, so to speak, in high school because, you know, I was raised on In Living Color and, you know, the comedy shows, you know, that we had back then, Def Comedy Jam and stuff like that. So when I used to go to school, we used to call it run 'em or roasting or whatever. So we'd go to class and, you know, we'd be going back and forth. So I came from that type of culture in high school to where, like, I had an English teacher that would literally let me and my boys sit there and roast each other back and forth, and the whole class would, we would just sit there and roast each other. And my teacher would just let us, like, the last 30 minutes or whatever. So that's where it comes from. So when it's the persona of Kiki's being petty or, you know, saying things like that, it just comes from that roasting background, that In Living Color background, that Def Comedy Jam background, you know, just growing up, you know, having tough skin and be able to be roasted and stuff like that. So that's what it comes from as far as the pay aspect.
So a heads up to the parents that got kids going to El Dorado. There is a teacher that's letting kids roast each other. Y'all better be aware of this teacher.
He might not be there. That was like, 26 years ago. But his name was Mr. Jaco. I don't know if he's still there, but yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. So other things that I've collaborated on with Kiki are we tap in sometimes with Mr. Grand Jeremy on his Talk Tuesday. You know what I mean? So we've collaborated before, and I've always, when I thought if I was going to do another show, she was definitely at some point going to be on the show or be somewhat of a regular on the show. I like her. I like her realness. I like her. I don't give a fuckness, if that's a thing, because she really don't care who you are and what you got going on. She's finna come at you. It's been some recent posts lately. We ain't gonna get into no names or nothing, but listen, just if you gonna post something on Facebook and you gonna be about it, please be about it. Because if she see you think you being about it and she don't think you about it, she gonna dress you and she's gonna tag. She's not one of the ones that's gonna throw subliminals, okay?
No, we don't do that.
You're gonna get tagged. And she's gonna tag everybody in the party that she thinks in the party, and then it's gonna be a party. Like, I mean, she's, to me, she's one of the females that I really do appreciate her content.
Thank you.
Now, I didn't know about your content on TikTok and all that stuff. I know you from Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We met on Facebook. We kicked it off Facebook, stuff like that. I didn't know you had, you know, content on TikTok and all that stuff until I started doing my research. Like, okay, well, she's doing skits and little meme skits and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on. I like this. Like, she's really funny.
Yeah,
you know,
because everybody wants to be a comedian. Like, that's the next step. Like, you should do stand up, you should do comedy. And even my comedic friends and stuff was like, you're doing the world a disservice if you don't get on the stage or whatever. So I think my skits was kind of like a segue. Like, if I am gonna take comedy serious or take that as the next step, like my, you know, getting my comedy out there in the form of a skit was kind of like my first start to see how it was received.
If you decide to do that, I'm gonna support you. But if you decide to do that, you probably got 10 years worth of content that you can put out just off Petty by Nature.
Oh yeah.
Not even tapping into like the personal life, friends, family, etc. You got content from others that you can just really you can make go viral.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All day long. Like and I really appreciate that. Like you somebody different. Like, and I can remember myself not liking you for a very brief moment. It was very little, right? Now, it wasn't to the point where I like hated you or nothing. I'm like, this motherfucker.
Because I was always coming for you too.
You was coming.
I was always coming for you.
You came for me quite a few times, and I'm like,
it was like you, Chops, Leonard. It was like a couple of chosen few that all you got to do is just comment on something, and I'm like, oh, I'm on his head all day.
And you couldn't be mad because, and it's the thing about it. Like when I tell people, you can't be mad because it was so funny.
Yeah.
That you had to laugh at some point, but then deep down in your mind, you like, yo, it's some bullshit. I think I even inboxed you a couple. Take my name off that post, Kiki. How you doing, Jeremy? What's up, Grand Jeremy? Grand Jeremy in the building.
Hey, Jeremy.
Yeah, like I had to inbox a couple. Like, please take my name off that post.
Oh yeah, I've been threatened.
Like,
I've been
what the
inboxed.
fuck?
People have threatened to shoot me. I've been people that threatened to pull up on me. So yeah, it comes with the territory.
It
Like,
was so, like, how do you now? Let me ask you this before we even get into the general questions. Now, I know you've had people that want to fight. Mm-hmm. You fought. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. Did that. And
You
did.
fought
and did.
and I was there for one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's like your number one supporter. Like, how did that even happen?
It's called growth, Tyrone.
It's growth.
That is
growth. So she grew from the fight.
Yeah, it was growth.
And
well, when I had seen her, like I had seen her at.
so you know who I'm talking about?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
I had seen her last year at.
I would be petty too.
I had seen her at Jeremy's topic party, the Halloween topic party. That was the first time I had seen her since the fight. And, I can't remember if she approached me or I approached her. We basically apologized to each other because we realized that we weren't the problem. We realized he was the problem. So,
right.
We was able to make peace. And like, we're talking about what that happened in like 2018.
That was a minute ago.
So we're talking about something that happened like 6 years ago. So like, ain't nobody holding no grudges and stuff like that. And like, she apologized. I apologized to her. And then, like I said, we added each other on social media. And she even said, she's like, it's, if it wasn't for him, we probably could have really been good friends or whatever. So now it's like, I think she just, supports me or whatever like that. Because again, everybody likes my content. So
Jeremy, don't start. Jeremy already in the comments. He already started in the comments. Jeremy, leave that alone. We trying to be anonymous today. We don't want to do no extras or whatever.
But Jeremy, I'll say her name in a minute. And I'll say her name now because, like I said, we're past it. And then, like I said, she is a supporter and she's, she loves my content. She's always in my comments and stuff when she sees something funny. And like I said, I have nothing but love for her. And even when I fought her, it wasn't about her. It's just about.
You know how to pronounce her name?
Suye.
Oh, Suye?
Suye.
So who won the fight?
I don't know. It's perception based. I don't know. Like I said, because I'm from that. I'm in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in it, and I'm just dealing with the emotion that I'm feeling at the time. So I guess you would have to ask the person that witnessed it. Because in it, I wasn't trying to win. I wasn't trying to win. I was trying to get my point across. So
Jeremy's so petty, yo. He's so petty.
The circle is Vegas.
The circle is small.
Yeah,
it's small, but it's big, but it's very small. Like our circle, it's probably a circle of like 200 people, but it feels like it's like that big.
Right.
It really feels like it's that big. We had a lot of interactions with each other at some point, and we all were at some point close friends too. Mm-hmm. We used to hang out a lot.
We went through a lot of cycles.
Everybody hung out a lot. We went through a lot of cycles where it was good, bad, mad or sad. Everybody used to, conjugate, and we used to hang out. And to this day, I still talk to almost everybody.
Yeah.
I was always I tried to be the
neutral.
Until I was forced out to be a neutral, you know what I mean? Which, I got into my petty mode for a little bit.
So do I bring petty out of people? I always be wondering that because people
I think so.
Do I bring it out of you?
I think so. I honestly think you do, which is crazy somebody who's like subtle, chill, relaxed, the minute that you tap into them, what's that movie? Is that Terminator with the little glob of silver? And he'll run into the body and then take over the body.
Yeah,
That's what you do. Like your little glob runs into people and take over their body, and then boom, they petty mode.
So do you remember when you stopped liking me? You said you stopped liking for a minute. Was it a post or was it that I involved myself? That was your business. What was it
about?
You don't even remember?
It was an ex.
Okay.
Of mine. No, not even gonna say an ex. It was somebody that I dealt with that kind of all of us had dealt with. Hey.
Okay.
This was 2017, 2018. I was outside, But yeah, it was just.
I know you ain't talking about that post when you and her made them long old things. You was like, I tried to stay out of as long as I could. And you was talking about the refrigerator being dirty. I know you ain't talking about that incident. Because I ain't really. One. Okay, because I ain't had nothing to really do with that.
I forget her name. Start with it. Lindsay.
Yeah.
That was her name.
That's
that her?
Yeah, that was Lindsay.
Yeah, so, she tried to.
But I ain't had nothing to do with that. But that y'all did that yourself, y'all.
Well, she tried to dump on me like, hold on now, what we doing?
Okay, so one album. So then which one was it? Because that's the only one I can remember.
I don't know what it was. I got over it really quick though.
Okay.
You know, I was just like, oh, what I'm tripping for. This shit was actually really funny.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna take a little break, y'all, and reconvene in about the next 2 or 3 minutes. I need to drink some water and I need to drink some tea so I can try to get my voice back. But I'm gonna play a friend of mine named Boom Biggie. He does music and he does poetry, so I want y'all to check him out real quick.
Let's rewind. I'll take your darkest fears and swallow your tears. You're such a good sight, especially when the vibe is right. Especially when the vibe is right.
See rolling J's, we vibing while the sage is lit. Sharing stories that others wouldn't dare to admit. Getting closer, taking shotguns straight from our lips. Best part of it all is we leave nothing omitted. Mind, body, and soul. Green gives it a twist. Thinking deeply hidden spots that neither knew that exist. I never miss, and I'm swinging at every pitch. Conversation so deep, the temptations start to persist. We cool and bumping nylon by the kilo, while we chain smoking this diesel. Making art, all that's missing is an easel. Setting the stage up for the sequel. Yeah.
They was monetizing back then. Ooh. Good. Yo, what's good, y'all? We back. I got your girl Kiki Ramsey in the building, a.k.a. the Petty Queen.
There's no a.k.a. Petty Queen. You just did that today.
BKA?
You just did
AKA?
that. You just did that like just today.
Just today?
Nobody calls me that.
Somebody calls you that. Well, if they didn't, goddammit, I'm calling you that. But y'all got a chance to learn who Kiki is, what she did, what she do. We'll get our socials almost when we wrap up. We're going to tap into some general questions, some questions that I got emailed, some questions that I've seen on Facebook, social media, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to kind of get her opinion on a few of these questions.
Okay.
Some funny, some freaky, some serious. All right. So we're going to tap into this one first. Are relationships different with people who weren't close to their fathers?
I mean, obviously it's different because your relationship a lot of times is based on experience. So it's going to be different. Your male experience, how you had with your father or lack thereof, is going to affect your relationship. Like for me, because I didn't have a father, I gravitated to men for that male energy and that love that I, longed for because I didn't get it from a father. So I approach relationships a little differently because I didn't approach it for love. I approached it for looking for that energy that I was lacking, and I made, quick decisions based on I just want this, for me so bad, this energy for me that I don't get. So obviously a woman that has a father, like my daughter's always had her father, she makes different decisions because her dad gives her the game. So she approaches, men, differently, relationships differently like that because she's not longing for anything. So you can't even come with my daughter with nothing crazy because she's raised by her father, and then, he putting her up on stuff to look out for her. So yeah, absolutely.
So do you think not being close to your father hindered you or helped you
both
in a relationship?
Both. I mean, I learned a lot. Like I said, when you don't have something, you're trying to fill a void and you have to compensate. You learned a lot trying to, fill those voids and compensate for what you didn't have. And then obviously there's always the downside of not having that guidance or that, that knowledge from, something that my father could have put me up on, and I didn't have to go through all those lessons, to get. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that too. 'Cause, see, I come from a family where I did have my father and, my grandfather and my uncles around. So I definitely approach relationships a tad bit different than I would have if my father and the male figures wasn't there. So, yeah. I always wondered, because a lot of my friends didn't have a father. And I seen how they were towards women.
Yeah.
So I always, I pretty much had the community father.
Okay. He was everybody's dad. Okay.
He was everybody's dad. He was the cool dad. I was able to have 15 people in my house at one time, and all of them going to get fed, and, half of them could spend a night and stuff like that. So, they got a lot of love from my father, which kind of helped them a little bit. I'm not going to say a lot of it because it's not their father.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it did help them in some instances a little bit, like, man, your dad cool as hell. Like, man, he let you do this. He let you drive when you was like 12 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I just kind of had that cool dad that was cool with all my friends. So, yeah, that definitely helped me in friendships more so, and then in relationships.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, yeah, that definitely helped me a lot. Let's tap into something juicy.
Okay.
Sometimes you need a sex partner and not a relationship.
Okay, is that a question or opinion?
Well, it's kind of like both. Like,
okay.
Like I seen this on Michael Baisden's page, and it just literally said sometimes you need a sex partner and not a relationship. So it was kind of like a commentive type of post, like,
oh, it's gonna engage you,
which the majority of people was agreeing with. Like, yeah, I don't really need the problems of relationship, but I do need blah blah blah. Whoop-de-whoop. What do you think about it? I
mean, it's based on what a person wants out of a situation, because a lot of times people want relationships because that's how they think they can get, steady something. So maybe a dude might want a relationship so he can get steady, sex all from somebody, or versus somebody that just wants the physical part of it, and they want to, just, all right, we did it, what you about to do or whatever like that. So I guess it just depends on what you want.
And I look at it like, people of business, right? You got a lot of business people. And I've seen this movie, and I forget the name of the movie, but it was all these high executive male and females. They don't got time for relationships. But it was like this little underground, like, sex.
Like a club.
Not even a club. It was like I want to say like back in the day, we had the party line, right? It was like a party line where you would literally just go dial his number, you would talk to somebody, and boom, they showing up at your room.
Wow.
And it was wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
I never did that.
I never want to see you again. So this was an actual movie of like high executives and how they get down because they don't have time to be in a relationship. But this avenue was there for them to you know, sort the raw oats or whatever they had to do. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting to me. I forget the name of the movie, but it was a really good movie though. But obviously in the movie, the guy and the girl started liking each other because he requested her twice, and that was against the rules. Mm-hmm. You could never request the same person twice.
Oh, wow.
Ever. And he did that, and then she came the second time, and then obviously they start falling in love, and then here come the scandal and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it was pretty interesting though.
Yeah,
I got to remember the name of that movie.
Yeah, I think definitely like what I wanted in my 20s versus like what I wanted in my 40s. Maybe in my 20s, I definitely wanted the relationship aspect, but in my 40s, like I said, I'm more physical. Like, I don't got time.
All right, so let's tap into Kiki for a minute. What stimulates you mentally?
Humor.
Mm-hmm.
I love a person that's funny like that. Like you'll get my attention just being able to, you know, be funny. And I don't mean like corny funny or, you know, trying to crack a, you know, joke with a punchline, but just genuinely just have a sense of humor. Like nothing is more boring or turn off to me than a person with no sense of humor, takes things too serious, glass half empty mentality. Like that is such a turn off. Like, so humor to me, like it's everything as far as, you know, what gets my attention.
Okay, let's do this real quick. Let's do a little game real quick. I'm gonna name a comedian.
Okay.
And you say funny or not funny.
Okay.
I want to see what your funny is.
Okay.
Okay. D.L. Hewley.
Not funny.
Okay. Bernie Mac.
Funny.
Kevin Hart.
Funny.
Eddie Murphy.
Funny.
Jamie Foxx.
Funny.
Tiffany Haddish.
Not funny.
I hate her. I don't hate her like that, but I just don't think she's funny.
She's not. No.
I really don't.
And just as a whole, for the industry, it's actually hard for female comedians
to
be funny.
But
because
there's a lot of female comedians that's funny.
There are, but they tend to be female comedians tend to be more raunchy, more sexual and stuff like that, versus male comedians tend to be more storytellers. And for me, I like storytelling comedy. So like, it's hard for me, honestly, to even think female comedians are funny off top. Like there's like probably 2 or 3 comedians off top that are female that I'd be like, oh, you know, she's hilarious.
Okay.
But for the most part, Tiffany Haddish, like, she has hit or miss comedy. You could tell a lot of people have written for her. You could tell it's not original. You know, so yeah, no, she's not funny.
Miss Pat.
So I don't like Miss Pat's stand up per se, but I love her show.
Her show is funny.
I love her show, but I've watched her stand up a little bit, and is like, I don't know if it's her timing or her delivery, or maybe she just cusses too much. Because I don't like a lot of vulgarness.
She do
either.
cuss a lot.
Yeah,
though.
I like it on the show, but in
raunchy.
your routine, if it's a lot of cussing, it's overbearing and stuff. So, like I said, I don't really care for her stand up, but her show, I absolutely love it. I'd watch it.
What you think about Monique?
Monique is
so. Ooh.
Monique, it was funny because I go back to the original Monique when they, you know, because when they're hungry, they have a different type of funny because they ain't made it yet.
Right.
So it's a different type of hungry when they first come out in the industry and they first, you know, trying to get their name out there. So the hungry Monique was hilarious.
Yeah.
The last Monique that did on Netflix, I did not like her special at all. It seemed like it was more testimonial type stuff, just like how Jamie's was, but you know, but yeah, no, like in her later years, because she ain't starving, she don't need it, she got it, she doesn't try as hard, so she's not as funny as she has been, but she has been funny.
I'm gonna do one more. Some more is funny. Okay. All right. I just want to see what you like and what you don't like as far as funny go, because I'm the same way with comedians. Like, I like a natural funny, and not a forced funny.
Exactly.
You know, people to me, I think of Eddie Griffin. I think of early Kevin Hart.
When he was hungry.
Yeah, I think of early Kevin Hart. And I think of Chris Tucker, early Chris Tucker. And who else I'm thinking? Mike Epps.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Mike Epps had more hit and miss comedy. To me, he's more funnier in movies than he is in stand up.
You think so? There was only one stand up of him that I didn't like, but yeah. And then, you know, you got your pioneers like Seth the Entertainer. What you think about him?
Seth's good too. Like, no, I like his like I said, I love storytelling comedy. I like a story that happens to be funny, and you can, make a routine out of it. I don't like, punchlines and stuff like that. I like a storyteller. He's a storyteller.
Okay. All right, so let's tap into this. This is going to get a little deep. So you want to think about this one.
Okay.
Describe when a man motivated you to be a better woman.
Describe when a man motivated me to be a better woman?
Yeah.
I don't think...
Come on now. You got to have something.
Honestly, my motivation always has come from my children. So, to motivate me to be better, the motivation from me has come from being a mother. My motivation was because, I can't fail because I got these people that, depend on me. So I really can't think of a time where a man motivated me to be better because, like I said, I was on a different mentality or a different grind. I could think of maybe instances where, maybe they exposed me or educated me or put me onto something that might have helped benefit a situation I was in or something like that. But to motivate, which means to make me want to do that because they put me, I don't know. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that ever motivated me. Yeah.
Okay. So, where I'm at. All right. This is a scenario. He was attractive. He seemed cool. And the sex was great. What turned you off?
He wasn't funny.
But he didn't have those three things going for him?
Or he could have been short. Or he could have had like bad breath or missing teeth or so many other elements that could,
But listen to what I said though. He was attractive. He seemed cool, and the sex. So this means that you've been active with him.
Okay.
So you've been active with.
Yeah. So yeah. Then my
short.
Well, yeah.
No teeth.
No, well, see, the thing is, I didn't see dudes that's fine until, like, they smile. So, like, they be fine. But, like, if you're talking about somebody I've dated and interacted with and then end up losing interest in them, yeah, it would be something like either they was always complaining about something. It's always something as far as usually mentally for me more than physical or whatever. But, like, every day's a bad day for them. Or they always going through something. Or it's always somebody else's fault. Or, like I said, if you take things too serious or everything's already a problem, stuff like that, it'll turn me off no matter how good you look or whatever.
I can accept that. Yeah. Triple says she described me. He's so funny.
You feel attacked?
Right. This nigga stole my glass.
You feel attacked, Triple? Hey, ain't nobody talking about you.
This is my glass. You ain't got this glass, man. All right. So the funniest sexual experience you had was when?
Funny? I ain't never had no funny sexual experience. I
mean, like, if you think about it, like, say it happened, and then you think back today, like, you know what? Giggle, giggle, giggle.
I mean, it wasn't a funny sexual experience, but something funny came out of the sexual experience.
Okay.
When Sapphire jumped out the window. That was a funny sexual experience. Next question.
We got to end the show right here.
Don't be asking the question. I'm an open book. Don't even answer the question.
We got to end the show.
It was a funny sexual experience. Because you can't just jump out the window and just it didn't happen. Like that's, yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. And a lot of people on your live can relate. If Christina's still on here, if Triple's still on here, I don't know if Jerry knew about that story, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't it funny? Was it not funny? Okay, that was my funny sexual experience.
All right, I'm done with that. Wow, I got to take a sip on that. Why? Why would you say that?
It's the truth. I'm going to tell the truth. It was the truth. Jesus, that's the only time I died laughing about something that happened. I was like, I cannot believe this can't even be real life right now.
Triple said no more sex questions for her.
You already know.
Yeah, that.
Paris, you remember, right? You remember the jumping out the window story. I know Paris remember.
Whoa.
Someday I'm gonna talk about it in full, like out in its entirety. Someday I will talk about it.
That was one of them ones. I'm surprised we didn't go viral because of that.
Yeah.
That was one of them ones.
It would have went viral if it wasn't in a closed setting. Probably if it was like on my page, like how things happen now, it definitely would have went viral.
I gotta apologize to Boss Lady real quick. I ain't mean to do that, but she just hit a nerve with that when I threw my phone.
You dropped your phone. Yeah.
It was loud.
It was. Because you weren't expecting an answer. That's why.
We call her Boss Lady. All right, we go. Jesus Christ.
You don't even know where to go with that.
We need some people in here because we need to. All right, so this is going to be the last of that kind of question I'm going to ask you. How do women know, and this is a Chicago term, that they got that thing?
Well, for me, it's based on customer review. So it's just based on.
So you got like a Pinterest or something? Like you got like
it's just the
people
feedback.
giving reviews.
See, I mean, I think that's like the biggest thing in life is like I'll never know how good my own vagina is because I can't feel what they feel. So I can only go off of the review or being told what's good and stuff like that and what they're looking for. Like even me and Triples had those conversations about what's good and all that stuff or what men are looking for and stuff. So only knowing it's good or of quality is being based on the feedback that I've gotten from a happy customer. I don't want to say it like I'm prostituting, but
like you just said it like you was prostituting, like a happy customer. Like Jesus, Kiki,
over 2 million sold.
Listen, I can assure you guys, this was very unfiltered. It was not rehearsed.
Oh, you ain't gonna bring me on your show.
On the way here,
you can't bring me on your show filtered.
On the way here, I absolutely said nothing to her about what was gonna happen today. So this is all raw and uncut right here. She's different. She's very different. But I appreciate the different that she is. Like she's one of the most realest people that I've met in Vegas.
Awesome.
So when I say that, I'm talking male, female, pet, or whatever the case may be. She one of the most realest. Like you're gonna get her 100% real,
raw and uncut,
all the time.
Yeah, because why else we here if we can't be ourselves? Why else? Who am I? Who else am I supposed to be?
I don't know, but you ever thought like, damn, when I see this motherfucker, I'm gonna have to fight.
I mean, yeah. Because I do understand everybody's not petty. I do understand everybody's not for words, and I do understand that people will react in real life off of social media. So no, I'm very aware of the threats and stuff like that, and some I have taken seriously. But
so have you ever literally just sat back and say, you know what, I'm gonna target this person today, or did it have to trigger you from what they may have posted or something like that? Like, you didn't like go into this like with a list of like, I'm gonna go down the list and be like.
Only with my Photoshops. I only did that with Photoshops.
Okay.
So yeah, I would wake up and say, today Tyrone it's all about Tyrone. Yeah, I've had those moments.
That's
today
crazy.
It's all about Chops. Yeah, no, I've done that. But again, those are people that know me and they can receive the humor. But
and they know what's going on.
Yeah, a stranger, no, I've never came or personally attacked a stranger without, like I said, seeing something that I had questions or concerns addressed in, and they took it the wrong way. But no, if I ever woke up in the morning, it's like I'm gonna do this. It's always somebody I know.
Was Petty by Nature with the guy named Vashawn?
I don't know who that is.
That real ugly black dude.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah, I can't remember. It might have been Beer Gang or whatever. But that's kind of we usually gonna kind of close on that. Like, I knew what I was gonna get out of this show, and I definitely got it. And awesome. I appreciate you for.
It went fast.
It went really fast. And I kind of timed it how I kind of want to time it, but it went really fast.
You got to bring me back, and then I'll tell them about the girl jumping out the window.
I'm actually. Jesus Christ.
You got to bring me back, and I'll tell them the story. We don't got enough
time.
She
jumped out the second floor window, y'all.
On the next episode.
And I ain't going to tell y'all why. But on the next episode,
we'll talk
Conversations with the Congregation.
We'll talk about it.
But at this point, I'm going to drop the Pearl of Wisdom Daily Word. Things work out best for those who make the best of how things work out. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. And on that note, mind your business and drink water.
Hi. Hey. What's up? What's up?
All your favorite artists
Check it out.
Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
on hot 7025fm.com.